I understood the importance of having an online presence pretty quickly. I'm a big advocate for in-person networking. I think showing up and having a smile on your face, being enthusiastic and telling people what you're about is invaluable. But in the world that we live in now, we need to be online all the time. I think I realised that I needed to be in the right places online pretty quickly as well. So I think there's a difference between being everywhere all at once and knowing what works for you, your business or your creative product and service, and how that can work the best for you in terms of promoting yourself. I always recommend that people join creative careers platforms, and there are multiple different ones out there. All you need to do is type it in online, you'll find some. It's appropriate marketing. So if you're delivering a creative product or service, you want to meet like-minded people, you want to meet potential clients or customers, you need to be in a place where they're going to find you, and one of those places is a creative career platform. So that could be like the Dots, which is a creative alternative to LinkedIn. Job opportunities pop up on there, freelance opportunities pop up on there, and sometimes you just meet people who have all of the opportunities ready and waiting for you, so it's a great place to be. Make yourself indispensable. If you're thinking of starting a product sales business or any kind of product or sales-based business, don't hold back on opening your book. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not ready, or my photos aren't good enough. You could consider having a website that has examples of your work, or you could use it as a visual mood board on your social media or whatever, just to give people a bit of a vibe about what you're about. And using an online presence of any kind, you can direct people to a place where when you are ready, you'll be. So newsletter sign-ups, or somewhere to pop their email address or their details so that you can contact them in future, because if you're already online, then you're already ready to accept work. An easy mistake to make would be to think about yourself instead of your customer, your potential customer, and the ways that they might want to access you, your product or service, or maybe in comparison to the ways that you feel that your product or service should be accessed. Maybe a common mistake might be to choose a website provider that focuses on e-commerce, when actually what you're promoting is maybe a portfolio style presentation. Potentially if you're a photographer or maybe you're a copywriter, you're not necessarily going to need a commerce-based website. Sometimes they look prettier, or you think they look prettier, but actually maybe taking a step back and looking at what the service actually provides for you and your customer is a good place to start. Social media is a very interesting subject because I think there's a lot of different ways to use lots of different platforms. Consistency is key. Repetition is really important for customers, gaining customers and reassuring them that you know what you're talking about. The more you tell them the same thing, the more it's going to go in. So choosing your platform and then sticking to it is something that I find key. I think that consistent aesthetics is very important, particularly if you are driving a creative business. People are there for a reason. Sometimes it's not just about what you've got to say, it's about what they're looking at, particularly on very visual platforms that we have these days. Instagram's kind of always jump in between being a stills platform and a video-based platform. Sometimes something's more popular than the other, but whatever it is, it's always visual-based. So people are there to look at stuff. So that's important that they look at whatever it is that you're putting out there and they can tell that it's from you in the first place. But consistency in terms of the message and your voice, the way that you're heard, even down to things like the emojis that you use maybe. We have specific no-nos on certain emojis that we use from my business, but we also have ones that we use all the time because they're more appropriate and we know that our audience are going to appreciate them or understand them maybe. One of my top tips would be to use tools that already exist. So there is always someone out there in the world who has done it already. They've already set up the platform for you. They've already made a template for you. They've already done an example for you. So save yourself time and look at what already exists out there and consider it kind of filling in the gaps, like filling in a form. That could be on a website, so like if you found an e-commerce website, most places do like free trials. Open up a couple of free trials and input your info and see what one works best, because somebody's already tried that out for you and it'll already be done. You'll be saving yourself time, basically. Other top tip would be, I guess on a similar line to using templates that already exist or tools that already exist, would be to use people who know what they're doing. So when you first start a business, you have to be a master of everything. You need to be a photographer, a copywriter, a marketer, everything. And it's important to stay true to that in terms of like learning the basics. But when you get to a point where someone can do it better and they can do it faster, sometimes it's a good choice to go with that. It saves you time, which in turn saves you money, and you get a better result. Yeah, a great way to save time and to be efficient would be to deliver content in multiple places. So focusing your time on one particular topic or subject and then splitting it up between your blog or your Instagram posts or wherever else it is that you deliver your content. Be enthusiastic and show willing and say yes to opportunities, and you'll continually be asked for work, or you'll be continually shown more opportunities. Positivity is the #1 tip for anyone, and enthusiasm is part of that.